early on in the game building as much attack speed and damage at the same time. So that's why he easily
Yeah.
dueled Omega in the top lane.
Yeah, and that was actually a good point that you mentioned earlier. It's not just the Kilgroth being able to not only just get waves, but as I was saying, the jungle camps earlier, but also like since Chinese Taipei was able to secure most of the Abyssal Dragons, that's like global help as well, indirectly helping the Kilgroth towards the top side, establish that small gold advantage against the Omen. And of course, it really showed because when they started going out for that 1v1 where the Omen went down, Kilgroth at that point was not fully up an item, but was able to complete I think his second item first over the Omen, which is why he had a lot more pow to that 1v1.
It's like, yeah, Kilgroth really having the advantage
Yeah.
over Omen on top lane. But let's not talk about the top lane because we already saw what happened at the top lane.
Yeah.
In bot and in the mid side, in general, in that side, we saw the rotation of Chinese Taipei.
Yeah.
And Korea didn't have the opportunity to turn things around in that rotation or not really playing cautious. Like the Tara is really exposed.
Yeah.
They overcommitted on the Tulin. The last, I think that's 3 kills. They overcommitted on the Tulin.
Yeah, exactly.
And wasted all their abilities to the Tulin. The Tulin have mobility. And then the rest of the team came in and the rest fall at
Yeah,
the same
that's
time.
kind of heartbreaking for Korea because they exhausted so much of their ammo just to take down that one target, didn't succeed, and ended up paying such a heavy price for it. So Chinese Taipei was just all the more able to continue to build and build and build to the point of no return. It was just very classic textbook snowball, but looks like we'll be heading into the next game. Let's go ahead and see if hopefully Korea can get a better draft that would allow them to equal it out 1-1, because if Chinese Taipei take it again and force it into 2-0, we're going to be at match point.
Match point right now. And same bans and same bans on the other side. So this would be, again, a teamy Lubu. Again, this is what I'm seeing right now, a flash ban.
Yep.
Really annoying flash.
Yeah, and looks like not really wanting to deal with that annoyance. You know, just speeding through, gets out instantly. It's kind of like a faster Murad in a way. Except for Flash just only needs to go one direction, wherein Murad kind of need to go 1, 2, and then back. So
still Omen for the side of Korea,
Yeah.
and it's the same 2 picks for Chinese Taipei, which is the Tulin and the Alice.
I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing the exact same drafts from the previous game earlier, because so far that seems to be a tad bit of the direction. But what I'd like to see, okay, so Kilgroth actually going to be hovered over to deny that from Chinese Taipei.
They want the Kilgroth. They want the hero that the Omen is really having a hard time right now. It's like they answered back, ooh, they will get the Joker in this moment. I think they will. Like for me, Chinese Taipei, hey, this is how to play Joker or something like that.
Gonna show, okay, this is how you play it, guys. But, hover over the Lindis as well. Okay.
Right, it's locked in.
Double marksman. Except for very different play styles for these marksmen at the same time.
And I'm thinking of a possible play by Chinese Taipei right now, having like a really hard utility tank, possibly for the last pick. We have already the Tulane who can deal decent amount of damage and dish and snowball at the same time. We have the Alice who can really support the team with buffs and everything.
Oh man, meanwhile we're still waiting for those last 2 picks from Team Korea. But then again, so here we go. Like I mentioned, there's 2 different marksmen on the Chinese Taipei squad with 2 very distinctive styles. Of course, for Lindis, you have that early game heavy rotation that you could push. Not to mention, it's not just because she has some very fast clears in the jungle, but also because she could establish her own form of vision, kind of scout out before going into enemy territory. So she has that extra precaution in her kit. But meanwhile, looks like Korea gonna shake it up a bit by going for the Ormar.
Ormar and Ryoma.
Very classic, actually. But oops, TPE. A max. If ever they do decide to lock that in.
Oh, not really. They change it into a Tara.
Okay, so it's a bit of a... Earlier it was Korea that had the Tara, so...
Tara and Joker. It just switched things around. They have Kilgroth right now on the side of Korea.
Oh man, this is a crazy draft that we're having so far, but let's go ahead and try to put into perspective. So this time around, so the Tara could kind of match out and deal with some heavy sieges that both the Kilgroth and Omen might be pushing across lanes. And at the same time, for TPE, I mean the double marksman plus a Tulin at the same time, that's going to be loads of damage that they have. And of course, once again, complements with the utility of the Alice. So it could kind of be a mini repeat of earlier, of course, though working with different heroes. Like you mentioned, they have the Tara to kind of deal with the split pushers on the side of Team Korea.
Alright, so right now we will be commencing inside the game. We have Chinese Taipei leading against Korea. Again, this is the semifinals for the Arena of Valor boot camp.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see who will ultimately prevail. Like I mentioned, guys, this is a best of 5, unlike our previous games wherein they were mostly best of 3s. But let's go ahead and head onto the Antares battlefield we go. Make sure to show your love for your favorite team from wherever you're watching, whether it be, of course, our Facebook Live or YouTube stream. Be sure to share your insights as well in the comment section.
Alright, and Korea must have a plan right now to possibly get the buff of Chinese Taipei. They're now trying to mimic that strat of Chinese Taipei is doing earlier, denying the buff, denying the jungle camps, and I think Chinese Taipei is doing the same on the other side.
Yeah, not wasting any time here. Both sides go for an invade this time around. And looks like both sides will manage to clear out just fine. So it's basically a trade for trade.
Trade for trade right now, and they will get their respective siege golems.
Yep.
And the buff will be secured. The usual reigning phase right now. Probably the one that I'm excited to see is, meanwhile Benny is being bursted down here, being caught up, and he will go on for now.
Yeah, looks like Benny takes quite a bit of harass there from Team Korea, forced to back away. So that's going to be a few seconds of not having that safety through the utility of the Alice. And looks like Team Korea are going to try to capitalize on it, with Star being the lone hero until such time Benny makes his way back. But looks like he's doing just that.
And looking at the bot lane right now, Joker probably having some advantage, a range advantage and a burst advantage. And I think Kilgroth will answer back in the mid game if he is left unattended. Meanwhile, Neil trying to initiate. Star is just poking down here, and Hack will use the flicker.
Yeah, quite a bit of damage that they were able to get onto the Liliana. Looks like they're going to transition here towards the bottom jungle of Korea. Abyssal is up as well, so Chinese Taipei might have better priority over this. But Team Korea looks like they're poising themselves to counter if ever.
I'm seeing here probably wanting to rush inside. But Jak is being seen, and Jak will just jump to safety.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be just fine. TP just trying to be a tad bit of an annoyance to the side of Korea in their jungle. But nonetheless, looks like nobody really gonna try to inch towards that Abyssal Dragon. I think what the teams are going for here is that make sure that they get that assured pick off first, just so that the chances of having an easy take on Abyssal uncontested would be much more defined.
It's like seeing right now Star just poking in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Chaser, I didn't really see Chaser excelling in like minion kills or farming, but he's still getting the farm waves or the farm camps, jungle camps. I said a lot of things, but it's still the same thing. And they will probably get the Abyssal Dragon if left uncontested.
Oh man, meanwhile, looks like Neil constantly trying to look for those pickoffs here. They are starting to move towards his bot lane.
He wins, it's being caught up, but answered back again. This is what happened in the first game. First blood is secured by Star. Still, they want rushing into rush. That's metaphoric, but it still secures the kill.
Man, 2 for nothing. And you know, I kind of feel for Rush here. He's the one that's named Rush, but he's the one that constantly gets rushed on by the members of TPE. And like we were saying earlier, as long as Chinese Taipei manages to get those pickoffs, once they're comfortable and know that they could easily get Abyssal Dragon where Korea couldn't contest, that's when they go for it. And again, it's just value that they managed to pick off on once again.
And again, Benny just doing his job. Is just shielding his allies. And what happened to the clash earlier? Wins is caught up, but Korea didn't really expect the backup that Chinese Taipei has, so they turned things around and secured 2 kills in that specific fight.
Yes, and so far so good for the Chinese Taipei, slowly building up, and hopefully, because like you mentioned, that fight earlier towards the bot lane, very reminiscent, kind of like a flashback of what happened during Game 1. But if that's the case, then that's going to be bad news for Team Korea, because if it ends up being a repeat of the flow of the previous game, then I kind of worry for KR, because it just means that Chinese Taipei is just much more definitive in dictating the flow of this game, and Korea can do nothing but just be much more responsive, and that's ideally not something you want to do when you're this far into the playoffs, and there's just pretty much no more room for second chances at this point.
Yeah, and right now Chinese Taipei denying the experience and the gold by invading the other side of the jungle camp for Killgod to take. And again, the rotation. Chinese Taipei is really doing in the rotation. Korea, again, not really that overextending, but they didn't really anticipate the backup of Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, it looks like meanwhile KR trying to look up for pickoffs of their own, but looks like not really working out here. Oh man. Still, though, we are seeing a bit of a linger. Oh, Uzon gonna get caught off, though.
And it's dancing right now. Uzon Wu with that sustain, and they didn't really commit on him.
See? This is what we were saying earlier, where I'm gonna show you a thing or two on how you're supposed to play Taara. But take note, Neil was able to get the pick up on the Chaser in exchange. But yeah, this is ideally what Korea would have wanted during Game 1 of them using the Taara. Just being able to soak up all that damage, making you a nuisance for KR to deal with, just because so tanky. That was 3 members that they committed onto that Taara, but still, Uzon didn't even get to half health of his... didn't even get damage down to half health.
Yeah, seeing that, I think he have a barrier or something.
Yep.
But like you said, the health that didn't go down to half health. There we go. They secured the bot lane tower right now. Then Uzon might be in trouble right now, but he is not afraid of what is happening. Uzon just standing his ground right now versus 3, and the 3 right now will be going back. The tower is being secured right now by Chinese Taipei.
Yes, indeed. But oh no, looks like they're gonna go for more.
Being caught up right now. Rush again, being rushed. Double kill by Neil.
Man, I'm starting to feel for Team Korea right now. Look at that 13.5 versus 17.6k difference in gold. Again, it's just the subtle build-up once again by Chinese Taipei. Actually, not even subtle anymore. It's just clearly definitive that Korea has yet to find a fight that they're to win and turn to their favor and, in effect, try to push for control of objectives on their own, but that's clearly not the case right now.
Wins is trying to chase Chaser right now. That's ironic. Chaser. It's just the other way around what's happening. But ooh, looky on that bot side. It's being chased right now. Chaser is being 3-man. He is running on the opposite side of the map right now. Neil again secured the kill.
Yeah, Neil is just having a ball on this Lindis. And look at that. Tulin able to successfully defend in that mid lane and even take down a target for himself. KR definitely starting to falter in this game.
And Sun just trying to run away, and here comes the rest of the team. Benny and Star just dancing, and that jungle side will just live for now.
Yes, and looks like KR not even being given the room to breathe by the Chinese Taipei. If you're gonna notice, okay, another Abyssal Dragon take. So this is just gonna be complete domination. To be honest, Y2K, I'm starting to lose out on what angles Korea can work with to get back, because clearly it's mostly been Chinese Taipei milling them through. It seems like Korea doesn't even know how to respond anymore to the proactivity that TPE has been pushing.
Like we're seeing Chinese Taipei's doing, again, the rotation. Korea have that rotation, but they don't have the capability to lock down a single character
Right.
or something. And like Star has a mobility, Winds have the disabling act, and meanwhile Sun is being caught up by Uzon and Neil again.
Oh
Here,
no.
here comes the rest of the Calgary, and they will live for now.
Yeah, looks like won't be further pursuing, but fortunately for Korea, I'll give them this though. They were able to push one turret, but that's just me being very optimistic. I mean, one turret, sure, but if you're gonna look at the difference as to where both sides are at, it's just a massive difference overall.
Again, Chaser being overextended right now, being poked by Neil. Chaser is not dealing that damage, and
Ooh.
Neil answered back with an auto attack of his own, securing a kill.
Usually, that's not something I see from a Kilgroth. You know, ideally, it's usually the opposite, wherein the enemy would want to run for a Kilgroth, but because of how Chaser is so behind, can't even deal with the Lindis 1v1, and that's just a massive disadvantage, especially since Kilgroth not able to get the optimal pushes that he wants. Sure, he was able to take a bot turret, but other than that, I mean, he's been pretty much limited to what he can do on the map.
And we're seeing Winds just poking. This is the one that I want to see earlier from Korea. The Joker being standing out in that fight, but unfortunately they turned things around. In this game, Chinese Taipei is showing how the Joker is really capable in team fights.
Yeah, man, just a very good demonstration coming in from Winds here, but
Oh no, Chaser again being caught off by Neil.
that is such a shame, and just like that, TPE, they're gonna go for yet another turret here. I don't think Rush can do much along with Jak. Probably try to body scare him, but TPE is clearly not scared. They know how heavy of a lead they're in at this point.
Like, look at that. Look at Neil. He deals a lot of damage, even not really feeling that Jak is a tank or something.
Yeah, just easily shreds through, but then again, it's pretty much understandable. Look at the itemization for this Lindis. Already near completing the last item for lock-in, but
Oh, that hurt, but that would be the first kill of Korea.
yeah, finally.
Benny being caught. Meanwhile, they want retribution right now. What happened to Benny? And that they will live for now, and answered back with possible 2 turret being destroyed. That would be another turret, and Chaser dancing inside will live for now. Just running inside. There we go, a burst damage, and the dancing, the
Yes.
spinning, not enough to secure any kill.
A little bit of a waltz coming in from Jak there. Unfortunately, not able to hold down the members of TPE enough, and still, oh man, Sun.
Ooh, that snipe by Star.
Yeah, very nice snipe by Star there, and I don't know, at this point, I don't think Korea has enough, unless Chinese Taipei were to make like the biggest mistake of the boot camp ever, but I highly doubt that. TPE is in full control of this game. If anything, Korea might want to start rethinking how they go about not just the game, but even right down to the draft, because it's just very clear TPE knows how to push for not only complete dominance in the game, but macro has been extremely on point for the Chinese Taipei as well. So
The 14k, I think almost 14k gold
Yeah.
advantage for TPE right now, and this will be a Dark Slayer uncontested.
and this is potentially gonna be at Y2K. This could be the Dark Slayer that pushes Chinese Taipei into a 2-0. Let's go ahead and see though.
And here we go. The base is being exposed. Uzon with the first blow. And the rest of Chinese Taipei, ooh, the Joker wins. Again, the burst damage is being chasing right now. And Star with the kill to Jak. And this would be game set for Chinese Taipei. Game 2 in their bag.
Yes, GG, well played. What a game. Just one more win for Chinese Taipei. And if they could secure 3-0, then it's going to be smooth sailing into the finals for the AWC 2018 bootcamp.
Again, this best of 5. Korea have 3 possible matches that waiting for them if any case they come back for a 2-0 deficit.
Oh man, and just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I think there's not really much to talk about in that game because like we mentioned, it's like the general pace of the game was very much similar to game one,
Mhm.
wherein as soon as Chinese Taipei started to win team fight after, not even team fight, like skirmish after skirmish into bigger team fight into a bigger team fight, it was just smooth sailing from them. If anything, Korea, fortunate enough, they were able to get one kill and one turret, but like we mentioned, that's just us being way too positive because it doesn't matter if you get one turret, just one kill. What matters, of course, is the end result, and the stats are very much clear that Chinese Taipei, I mean, I really hope that it's not going to be the same dominating game, but realistically, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be a 3-0 with the similar pace that we saw in game 1 and 2.
And again,